Congratulations, you've managed to coax an ISFP out of their favorite hiding spot. Here's a handy guide for taking care of and getting to know your quirky and mysterious new friend. Your ISFP comes with 10 unique and interesting clothing items of all various sorts and varieties, 2 sets of worn and comfy clothes, 1 animal friend, 1 collection of inspiring photos and or random objects, 1 set of closely held moral beliefs and values. Custom upgrades. Your ISFP will also have multiple creative interests. Books, sports equipment, musical instruments, camping gear, cameras, various art supplies, and random junk may also be included. Your ISFP comes pre-programmed with the following traits. Introverted feeling makes your ISFP unit independent and sensitive. They may appear aloof or distant, preferring to process their emotions on their own. They're actually very warm, loyal, and supportive when you get to know them. Your unit also has a strong moral compass that will refuse to do anything that conflicts with their values. Contrary to popular belief, your ISFP is capable of changing their views, but forget trying to force them into doing it. Important note. Each ISFP will have introverted feeling values, morals, and beliefs that are unique to them and them alone. You will need to adapt this general user guide to your specific ISFP unit. Extroverted sensing. Your ISFP is very in touch with the physical world and enjoys using their 5 senses to explore and express themselves. They can be impulsive and adventurous, preferring to live in the moment rather than plan just too far ahead. Extroverted sensing also makes them witty and charming and surprisingly cute. Introverted intuition. Your unit will have the need to search for deeper meaning in their life. They will frequently, quote-unquote, have a feeling about a plan or a person that they will feel compelled to act upon, but may not be able to explain. Also, introverted intuition also makes them incredibly self-critical and may induce occasional bouts of self-doubt. Extroverted thinking. Your unit may have dreams, but probably won't get around to actually accomplishing most of them, without help, anyway. They can also be stubborn at inopportune times and unintentionally and hilariously blunt when asked to give their opinion. Getting started. Step 1. Sit your ISFP in a quiet room, preferably near a window. Step 2. Set the animal friend in ISFP's lap. Step 3. Leave ISFP alone for several hours to adjust to their surroundings and bond with the animal friend. Step 4. Offer ISFP cookies and initiate conversation about the animal friend. Step 5. If ISFP doesn't start, take them to a nearby park and let them wander around for a while. Modes. Cinnamon roll default. Soft, sweet, and bashful. Prefers to listen to you talk and observe you quietly. Notices everything and knows your favorite food, what kind of car you drive, and probably where you live, even though they never asked. No, it's not creepy. They just overheard you giving directions to someone else and didn't want to bother you needlessly. Will make you quirky, adorable, and sometimes baffling gifts to demonstrate their affection. Creative mode. Default. Your ISFP has a nearly unmatched creative brain and will often find beauty in their environment. If you don't really understand, yes, I'm talking to you NT types, just voice your support and point out 1 or 2 things about their art or song or sport or hobby or project that you like. Your ISFP will be flattered and happy that you appreciate their talents and are involved. Adventure mode. Your ISFP unit will live for meaningful adventures and often express longing for the freedom or ability to try new experiences and visit new cultures or sites. Actual chance of them acting on these desires is 50-50, but your ISFP will spend a lot of time daydreaming about it nonetheless. And when worse comes to worse, your ISFP can always run around their backyard like a maniac. Sensory recharge mode. Your ISFP unit may go dormant after a large social event or adventure. While they do enjoy sensory activities, they easily become overstimulated and need time to themselves to process everything they're taking in. Forget trying to have a conversation with your unit while they're in this mode. They'll quickly excuse themselves and hide. Angry toddler mode. Activated under stress. Your ISFP has become so emotionally overwhelmed, usually due to feeling that they're just not good enough trademark, that they just can't handle anymore. Symptoms include grouchiness, outright refusal to eat or engage in normal activities, and uncharacteristic outbursts of anger. Gently relieve your ISFP of any pressing responsibilities and give them space to express their feelings without judgment. Relationships with other units. NF. ISFP enjoys relationships with NF types, drawn to their emotional depth and idealism. In friendships with these types, ISFP is free to discuss creative ideas and dream big. ISFP will also go to these types for emotional support in times of need. NT. Your ISFP may not initially gravitate towards NT individuals, as they often don't understand their rational nature. However, they are intrigued by the intellect and personality quirks of NT types. SJ. Your ISFP will want to ride through the glen on their mighty steed, firing arrows into the sunset, while the SJ in question will probably want them to calm down, organize, and behave themselves. If not handled carefully, this can result in conflicting goals and thus stressful relationships. SP. Your ISFP unit will be most at ease with fellow SPs. They can go on spontaneous adventures together, and your ISFP unit is guaranteed to have a couple in their social circle. Also, the number one culprit when your ISFP randomly disappears. Feeding. Your ISFP unit will have an unusual diet and eating schedule. Meal times and snacks tend to happen when ISFP finds it convenient. Don't worry about regular meals. Your ISFP likes and appreciates food and will make sure that they are eating when they need it. Grooming. ISFP is very particular about their appearance. When it comes to hygiene, they tend to stick to the basics, but can be relied upon to take care of themselves. However, if you want them to be on time for something important, remind them to prepare beforehand. Sleeping. Your ISFP will flip-flop between intensely creative periods, where they will forgo sleep to work on projects or go adventuring, and catch-up periods, where they will sleep through the day to recharge. Don't interrupt your unit's sleeping time, as this may activate angry toddler mode. Frequently asked questions. My ISFP will activate/talk. Now what? Stop trying so hard. You can't force an ISFP to be your friend. Chances are excellent that ISFP picked up on your efforts to connect from the beginning and is well aware of your intentions. Give them time to observe you and gently coax them out with non-aggressive, non-threatening communication, or fun, or cookies, or compliments, or kittens. Also, keep in mind that silence isn't necessarily an indicator that your ISFP doesn't like you. Often, it just means that they're thinking, either processing what you have to say or coming up with something to contribute to the conversation. Look for these signs instead. Does your ISFP go out of their way to spend time with you or do things for you? Do they make eye contact when they're talking? If so, they like you. How do I know if my ISFP is doing okay emotionally? Ask them. They rarely open up voluntarily, as they don't want to be a bother. Keep in mind that it may take some time before they'll be comfortable sharing with you. When they do talk, listen and validate their feelings. Avoid jumping in and attempting to fix their problems for them, or giving your own opinion too quickly. Your ISFP will keep their mouth shut rather than risk subjecting their precious thoughts to unsolicited criticism. My ISFP has disappeared. Help! Relax. ISFPs are prone to going AWOL without warning. This doesn't mean that they're in trouble. They will probably reappear within a day or two with an interesting story about how they went on a last-minute road trip with friends and met an eccentric biologist who studies Bigfoot in Tennessee. Resist the urge to check on them too frequently. This will lead to more disappearances. Your ISFP is trying to escape from you. If you're really worried, casually invite them to get food or do something fun. Again, congratulations on your new ISFP unit. Have fun!